Yeah, of course, right now that is the hubbub. Everybody hears AI. Um, the RCM directors, billers, coders, the common denominator right now is the fear factor. Like, oh my gosh, it's going to replace me. It's going to take over my job. Um, and part of me scratches my head like, for the RCM director, why are you worried that you're going to be without a job? Because what I do see, and everybody knows, in this space, that there's not enough hours in a day. So why wouldn't you be willing to adopt something that is a repetitive task, um, to let RPA, let something else take care of that while you, um, get to work on refunding patients. That was always, I use that because when you go into a practice and you say, tell me how your team is divided up, and you've got your coders, your patient AR managers, the call center, the um, posting, but you don't hear anybody say, and this is my refund department. You know, Not, you're doing good to get the money in. You really aren't going to have time if you don't have the manpower. You're not going to take time to return money. Um, in fact, I can tell you, back in the day when I was keeping up with refunds best I could, some of them would come back like, you didn't need to refund us. We are the primary. Like, are you kidding me? That spent a lot of time for me to return this to who I thought was the proper payer. Anyway, so you have, the fact that, um, RCM teams can't take a day off without feeling like, oh my gosh, I dread going into work tomorrow. I think, fast forward to, what does digital transformation really mean in the real day-to-day thing, is just a feeling of being able to, leave with the sense that you've accomplished something that day, and that you can, take time to go to a conference. I know here in our hometown, the Medical Society, has monthly meetings that says, bring all your claims issues to the table. They have a hassle log. I've seen it in other states where there's something called a hassle log. Bring all your claims issues. We'll break it out by payer. Let's see who's, the uniformity. Is this happening just in your practice? Is it happening regionally? Bring it to us. I attend those meetings. Do you know how many people show up? It's not that there's not issues. They either don't have time because they really are trying to keep their head above water. I've seen in the smaller practices where that, team lead, whether it's a claims denial manager, have to go cover the front desk because they're short. Now probably don't even have to go into the short staff, the human resource aspect of it. But this is a little bit more poking, at this point, but RCM directors, and I'm that type, are very territorial, very, resistant to change, or I'm going to say help, because they really do know their stuff. It's not that they don't know their stuff. They just, I don't, they don't want, technology to outdo them if they really feel like this has worked for me for years, right? Now, an example of that, practices that, don't adopt or didn't want to adopt direct deposit, EFTs, right? When insurance companies like, you know what, we can stop sending you checks. We'll send it right to the bank. And again, I will speak personally, at my own resistance. It was like, why would I want to do that? That's going to cause a whole nother layer of issues for me on how to balance every day. That money is going to be hitting the bank all different days. I'm over here trying to post it to match, right? But now, for everyone who has done it, and God forbid you haven't, for most payers, you would never go back. Why would you go back? It's auto posting as well. Not only that the money's there quicker. So that's, the fact that we can tend to be territorial. As a consultant, when I went in, I'm going to say it. Sometimes it was the wolf watching over the hen house. There is that. The providers, the managers put complete trust in the RCM director, that she's making the best decisions, that she's communicating, and that they're listening. The listening is a problem, but that she's communicating, hey, look, I need help. I need you all to listen. This doctor, I tell him every month, it's taking you 2 weeks to get your hospital notes into me. That's unacceptable. Who has the authority to enforce some of the need for behavior change outside of the RCM world, right? So you have that piece. I have seen where even the technology we have now, the denial manager that I mentioned earlier, that the clearinghouses offer, I have seen practices that are paying for it and it's not even being used. There's been more than one office I've gone into where I'm like, hey, again, the clearinghouse is the Bible. Show me, log into your clearinghouse denial manager. Well, I've never logged into it. What are you talking about? I said, well, okay, maybe you're not paying for it. Have you talked to your supervisor about, I know that this is available. Can we get it turned on? And they're like, well, the CFO or the manager may say, I don't even know what you're talking about. Let's go look at the bill. Some of the billing is auto invoiced. That's another thing too. As an administrator, I would see, the auto invoicing come in. This is what we're paying for. I had to stop sometimes and go, why is this going up every month? What's happening over here in the billing department? I don't think that happens in a larger organization because there's just too much. Who's going to be paying attention to a 2% increase gradually over time, right?